Single parenting can feel like a solo journey, but it doesn't have to be. Introducing MomFlex app, the ultimate village web app designed just for you. From financial support to community connections, MomFlex app offers a lifeline, helping you navigate parenting with confidence. Find trusted resources, build your support network, and thrive. Because every parent deserves a village. Join the movement today. Visit momflex.org to install the app and take the first step toward a stronger, more supported you.
Every day's a battle.
Hey there, and welcome back to Beyond the Struggle, Rise and Thrive, the podcast where we dive deep into the human experience and uncover the strength we never knew we had. I'm your host, LaFortune, and today we are going to talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough positive attention, the positive effect of single parenting on a child. Yep, you heard that right. We are flipping the narrative. See, when people hear single parenting, they often think of sacrifice, struggle, and scarcity. The conversations tend to circle around what's lacking, whether it's time, resources, or a second parent in the home. Society has conditioned us to view single parenting through a lens of deficit. But here's the truth nobody talks about. There's a quiet power in that journey. There is growth. There is beauty. And yes, there are strengths that children raised in a single-parent homes often develop in ways the world doesn't always see. So today, I want to shine a light on what's often overlooked, because being raised by a single parent doesn't just build character. It can build leaders, innovators, and emotionally intelligent humans who carry compassion, grit, and wisdom into the world. We are not here to ignore the challenges. They are real. But we are also not here to dwell in them. Instead, we are choosing to honor the courage, celebrate the unbreakable bonds, and recognize the unique strengths that rise from these family dynamics. So whether you are a single parent doing your absolute best, a child who was raised by one, or just someone curious about the untold stories behind statistics, this episode is for you. Let's dive into the truth, the power, and the rise. Let's get into it, shall we?
Every day's a battle, every step a climb, but we're standing tall, we're building our lives. Through the sleepless nights and the endless fight, we rise, we shine, we hold on tight. We are more than the labels, more than the pain, breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together we lift, we strive. Single parents, we rise and thrive. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see.
Let's start with one of the most powerful traits a child can develop, resilience. Now, resilience isn't something you are born with. It's something you build. And children raised by single parents often grow up with a front row seat to what real resilience looks like. Think about it. They watch their parent juggle responsibility, work one job, maybe two, keeping the bills paid, groceries in the fridge, homework checked, meals made, and emotions managed. And even in the exhaustions, even on the days that feel like a grin, that parent still shows up with love, with guidance, with a determination that says, we keep going no matter what. That live example becomes a blueprint for the child. They learn that life doesn't always hand you ideal conditions, and that's okay. Because what matters most is how you respond. Do you show up? Do you adapt? Do you keep moving? These kids aren't just hearing inspirational quotes about perseverance. They are living with someone who embodies it. And over time, that influence shapes how they face their own challenges. They start bouncing back from setbacks instead of being crushed by them. They develop emotional muscles that help them stay calm in chaos, stay hopeful in uncertainty, and keep going even when things don't go their way. It's not resilience learned through theory. It's resilience learned through example. And that's powerful. And the beauty of it, that strength doesn't just stay in childhood. It follows them into adulthood. It becomes part of who they are, how they show up in relationships, in careers, in leadership roles, in moments of crisis. It becomes their superpower. So if you are a single parent, wondering if your child sees your struggle, trust me, they do. But more importantly, they see your strength. And that strength, it's shaping someone who's going to grow up knowing how to weather storms and still shine.
Every day's a battle, every step a climb, but we're standing tall, we're building our life.
Children of single parents often step into roles of responsibility earlier, whether it's helping with younger siblings, managing their own routines, or being mindful of household needs. Now, sure, some might call this a burden, but hear me out, okay? Hear me out clearly. This early exposure helps children develop independence, problem-solving skills, and emotional intelligence. These kids often grow up to be self-starters, empathetic leaders, and strong communicators because they have been living that life from day one. One of the most beautiful outcomes of single parenting is the deep bond that can form between parent and child. In many single-parent households, it's a team effort. There's trust, honesty, and open communication that evolves over time. The child knows they are not just seen, they are heard. And that bond creates a strong foundation of security and emotional support. Children from single-parents' homes are often more compassionate and inclusive. And that's no accident. When you grew up outside of what society labels the traditional family structure, you start to see the world through a different lens. You realize that love isn't limited to a particular mold. It's not about how many people are at that dinner table. It's about the connection, the care, and the intentional presence. These children know on a personal level that families come in all shapes and sizes. Some are held together by blood, others by bond, and some by pure grit and shared experience. That understanding makes them more open-hearted. They don't judge others based on surface-level assumptions. They lead with empathy because they have lived the difference between perception and reality. And what's truly powerful is that this empathy often turns into advocacy. These are the kids who speak up when someone's being left out. They challenge the stereotypes that try to box people in. They understand that life isn't always fair, that not everyone starts from the same place. And instead of using that as an excuse, they use it as fuel. They become the kind of people who build community, who lift others up, who ask, who's not being hurt, and how can I make space for them? Their lived experience in a single-parent home teaches them to see beyond surface-level differences and into the core of what matters: integrity, love, and resilience. And the best part, they carry this into every room they walk in: classrooms, workplaces, friendships, and future families of their own. They become bridges in the divided world because they have already learned that strength comes not from perfection, but from unity, from heart, from showing up for one another. So while some might see growing up in a single-parent household as a disadvantage, I see it as an environment that often produces some of the most empathetic, inclusive, and courageous human being out there.
Single parenting can feel like a solo journey, but it doesn't have to be. Introducing MomFlex app, the ultimate village web app designed just for you. From financial support to community connections, MomFlex app offers a lifeline, helping you navigate parenting with confidence. Find trusted resources, build your support network, and thrive, because every parent deserves a village. Join the movement today. Visit momflex.org to install the app and take the first step toward a stronger, more supported you.
Lastly, children of single parents often grow up with a radical different understanding of success. And honestly, it's one of their greatest strengths. In a world that often equates success with image, two-story homes, neatly packaged family portraits, financial abundance, these kids know better. They have seen what it really takes to build a life, effort, heart, and growth. They have watched their parents hustle through sleepless nights, make ends meet with creativity and faith, and still show up with love. So they learn early on that success isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's not about fitting into society's mold. It's about showing up fully and doing the best you can with what you have got. This lived experience teaches them that to measure success in ways that go beyond material things. It is in how they treat people, how they show up in relationships, how they rise after failure. It's in their emotional intelligence, their work ethics, and their ability to find purpose even in pain. That perspective set them apart. Because while others might chase picture-perfect goals, children of single parents often chase something deeper: impact, connection, and personal growth. They are not afraid of struggle because they have been through it. And they know that the real story isn't written in the struggle. It's written in the rise. They learn that limitation don't define them. Courage does. They understand that worth isn't based on how things look from the outside, but how much heart goes into it. They discover that even in imperfection, there is beauty. Even in lack, there can be abundance. Even in brokenness, healing is possible. So if you are raising a child on your own, or if you are that child, know this: you are redefining success in a way that the world desperately needs. You are proof that strength isn't about avoiding the storm. It's about learning how to dance in the rain and then teaching others how to do the same. Because the struggle may shape you, but it's the rise that defines you. So, if you are a single parent listening to this right now, I want you to hear this loud. You are not less then. Not even close. You are doing sacred work. You are holding it down, often without applause, often without rest, and still you rise. Every day you are writing a story of perseverance and unconditional love. And no matter what anyone else says, your child is not at a disadvantage. In fact, your journey together is a training ground for greatness. The love you pour in, the sacrifices you make, the quiet strength you mother, it's not going unnoticed. You are planting seeds of courage, self-worth, and adaptability. You are giving your child a set of life tools that many people don't even begin to develop until adulthood. Tools that will carry them further than you can even imagine right now. You are not giving them less. You are giving them more in the form of truth, in the form of grit, in the form of love that shows up even when it's tired. And if you are someone who was raised by a single parent, pause for a second. Really pause. And I would pause for you because I am one who was raised by a single parent.
Every day's a battle, every step a climb, but we're standing tall, we're building our lives. Through the sleepless nights and the endless fight, we rise, we shine, we hold on tight. We are more than the labels, more than the pain, breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together, we lift, we strive, single parents, we rise and thrive.
Look at the strength in your life today. That ability you have to bounce back from hard times, that drive to keep pushing when things get tough, that empathy you carry for others, that fire in your gut when you see injustice, that didn't come from nowhere. It came from watching someone give everything they had to make sure you had what you needed. It came from love, unfiltered, unrelenting, and unconditional. It came from struggle, yes, but more importantly, it came from the rise. So wear your story with pride. It's not a flaw in your foundation. It's the source of your strength. Whether you are raising a child or you are that child who grew up in a single parent home, know this. You are enough. You are powerful. And you are already thriving in ways others are still trying to figure out. I want to leave you with this quote by Maya Angelou. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. That goes for you, and it goes for every child out there thriving in a single-parent household. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Beyond the Struggle, Rise and Thrive. If this resonated with you, share with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, struggle is just a chapter. The story is in how you rise. Until next time, stay strong, stay real, and keep rising. Ciao now.
Every day's a battle, every step a climb, but we're standing tall, we're building our lives. Through the sleepless nights and the endless fight, we rise, we shine, we hold on tight. We are more than the labels, more than the pain, breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together, we lift, we strive, single parents, we rise and thrive. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive, turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. Stories of triumph, stories of grace, single parents with dreams Look at us now, we're standing tall. We are more than the label, more than the pain. Breaking the cycle, rewriting the game. Stronger together, we lift, we strive. Single parents, we rise and thrive. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. We push through the stigma, defy every stat. They don't define us, and that's a fact. A village of love, a future so bright. Hand in hand, we own our life. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive. Turning our pain into power, we're alive. We see you, you matter, you're strong inside. Together we shine, we rise, we thrive. The journey is tough, but we're not alone. In this village we found our home. So lift your head, let your spirit fly. Beyond the struggle, we rise and thrive.